Yo, what up? It's your boy D.Shawn.
What's happening? It's COLDEST Soul.
And we here with the Avalanche.
It's about to get cold.
The name D.Shawn Soul came from Ninth, which is crazy.
OG.
Yeah, we was actually had an opportunity to play a lot of tracks for him. We were both in college at North Carolina Central University.
Good pride.
And yeah, he was the one that actually suggested us to come up with the group. Like, you ever thought about being like a Eric B. and Rakim, like a modern day, D.Shawn Soul? And I lit the soul. I was like, that's tough. Mm-hmm. We just run from there, man.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the OG. Say no.
Yeah, I moved around a lot, so I had a lot of stints in New York, but I also came down to the South in North Carolina. So I came from small cities like Clinton, North Carolina, Wallace, North Carolina, little spots like that. And some of the values that I hold is just those humble beginnings, some of the things and the way they started and how I had to start that way because at the elevation of growing up when I was a child, it was about figuring out how we can pay bills and actually keep things sustainable. Just those humble beginnings got me where I am now. So I never try to forget those things that I started with, those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, those little noodles, you know what I'm saying, the cereal in the morning, watching cartoons and shit, you know what I mean? I never try to forget about those origins because that stuff made me who I am for real.
So I'm from East Atlanta. I was born in East Atlanta, raised in Wide Awake, Wilson, North Carolina, 252 for sure. And I say that the values that I got is family, where we moved at in Wilson. My great-grandfather, who I'm also named after, he built the family house that we still have to this day, where we still have those reunions, and we're able to come together, once a year, the whole family, talking about investments, talking about legacy, and things that we can do to keep things pushing forward. And that also taught me the value of hard work as well. Seeing what he built over 50 years ago, still, going and prospering, so.
My 31 essentials is, one, it's all about the gear. So I like to get the jackets, the hoodies, the sweats. I like scarves and gloves a lot, especially when it's cold outside. The crib, I'm always drinking water. Always drink orange juice out of the Larry June. I'm always drinking orange juice every single day, so it's definitely gotta be an essential. And I kind of like tea, so just to keep my voice hydrated and keep me comfortable, especially in the cold climate weather, tea is usually spot on with a little bit of ginger and lemon in it. You really in the game for it.
All right, so I gotta have a fire ass beanie. I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing. I'm gonna have me a beanie. I'm in the gym with a beanie on. I gotta have it. So shoot some weights, man. I like lifting. I gotta have that. Or at least maybe a little punching bag or something, man. Something to have around just to get that stress off. And I gotta have coffee. Keurig is lit every day. Every day. You don't get no breaks. You feel me? So I gotta have that. So that's mine.
It's really hard to classify. The reason why I say it's hard to classify is we can do it all for real. I don't consider us a one-trick pony. A lot of people in the industry, they only got one thing, they got a niche. But it's like me and Soul, we both been put in numerous situations where it may not have been our comfortable genre, but we had to rise to the occasion, like going to North Carolina Central University, studying jazz music for years, or studying classical music, and working with rock and roll students. Being able to be eclectic and just to be able to transition yourself to do multiple things, I think that's the game. So, but if I had to give you something, I would say maybe that neo soul, R&B, but you still gotta throw a splash of hip hop and funk in it too. So,
like everything stems from soul music at the end of the day. So, I said that's gonna be the foundation, especially of my sound as a producer, as a keyboard player as well. That's anything that's feeding your soul. That's anything that's, whether that's attached to a memory, of you growing up, or attached to a time where you was going through a certain thing, that music fed your soul. That's soul music.
I talk to Soul about this all the time. I tell them like you can literally get inspired by any and everything if you allow yourself to. So I really think it's really being open, because there's so many things that go on in the world, whether you are the type of person that stay up with social media and the news, or you person that try to stay deep within yourself and know about your best self, trying to be the best version of yourself. Like I consider myself, I try to stay, where I need to be for me. So I feel like you can get inspired from anything if you allow yourself to. If you don't make it comfortable and available for yourself to know, okay, I can use this and then be inspired to go somewhere with it, then you're always gonna feel restricted. So,
well, what inspires me is my routine. I feel like you don't really know what to do with inspiration if you don't have a routine, if you're not disciplined. You know, get up at a certain time. I move about my day, and I have the same routine every single day. I meal prep. You know, so I'm not out here, you know, just eating whenever I eat once a day, which is hard for a lot of people to do. So staying disciplined, you know, inspires me. When I fall off my routine and I fall off my, you know, like when I fall off, period, like, you know, when I fall back or whatever, then it's, you know, man, like, it's hard to feel inspired. Or
that's what I think I can speak for us both too. When we both try to remember our why, like by doing this in the first place, who we do it for. So many people that paved the way and opened up doors and opportunities for us to even be here. Those situations, those moments kind of tap you back in when your physical self and your mind tells you that you want to quit, and you remember your why, you get right back to it. So I had an opportunity to open up for Tank. One of the biggest, you know, inspirations in my career and in this R&B field. I don't feel like you can be a male R&B vocalist if you wasn't inspired by Tank some type of way. It was a big opportunity for us, and in the same opportunity in retrospective, how excited I was. I got the news of my mother having a heart attack and being put in a hospital. So it's kind of like a roller coaster, ups and downs, and how do I feel, what should I do, you know, who should I be? Definitely an accomplished moment for me because of the determination that I had to push through that. And I know, you know, some people back down when adversity hits, but I'm the person that tries to run through the wall and run through the adversity. So I looked at that situation as something that I could shine upon when I'm years later, and I can think about, you know, who I am and who I wanted to be when I lived this life, and can say, you know, in one of my lowest moments, I still shine and rose to the top with it. So
I'll say one of my moments was the time I got to battle my big homie, Knife Wonder. That was dope. So, long story short, we're doing a festival for Rhapsody. I come in a rehearsal space, I plug up my MPC, and then I just started playing the beat. Knife is still setting up. Knife is like, he's like, yo, what's that? He's like, what, you want to battle or something? Like, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I've been waiting. What's happening? We just sitting there going back and forth, beat for beat, for about 30 minutes before rehearsal. Long story even shorter. Everybody's in there from the label, from Jamla, and the label president, Cash, asked me to play a beat that I posted on the gram. I played it, and Rhapsody was like, oh, that's you? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, can I have that? I said, yeah. So he told me to come to the studio, and it's been up ever since. You know, I've been blessed to play on a lot of different records, J. Cole, D'Angelo, GZA, Black Thought, of course Rhapsody, T.I., yeah. So much love, you know, just being able to grow from that situation, to see how being that Bright Lady, you know what I'm saying, everybody work, and there's a certain culture there, you know, and I can say that played a big part in my ear, my mixing as a producer and as an engineer. So that was a real pinnacle moment for me, and yeah, we blessed.
Yeah, shout out to Knife, man. Well, we got a couple of records out right now. We got Come Over, D.Shawn Soul featuring Willie Taylor on all streaming platforms. Stream song to this day called TBH. That song got placed on Tank's project called Just Vibes. Go get that. Go keep running them videos up. For sure. And we actually in album mode right now. Mm-hmm. So we got a whole bunch of stuff on the way. But all I can say is just stay tuned, because the best music has been yet to even be made yet. So
sure.
Yeah, just stay tuned. We got some dope stuff on the way for real.
That's it's up there.
Yo, D.Shawn Soul here, man. We just wrapped up an interview with the Avalanche.
Yes, sir. Hey, look, it was turned. Had a good time, good vibes. Listen, y'all stay tapped in via social media, merch, updates, shows, all of that good stuff. And it's still cold in this motherfucker.